Hello and welcome to another episode of Tool Talk. I'm Mark the Window Cleaner. This show brought to you by WindowCleaningResource.com. Well, today I want to talk to you about a specialized window cleaning tool. This is actually an interesting tool in the fact that it has existed longer than any other tool that you'll find in any other window cleaning supply store anywhere. It predates the squeegee, it predates the scrim, predates any kind of cleaning cloth you can think of, drying cloth. And this product is the Natural Sea Sponge. That's right, who knew that at the bottom of the ocean there lay one of the greatest powerful window cleaning tools? Or not. Actually, it's up to you to decide whether or not this would be a great tool for your arsenal. I will tell you, however, about my experiences with using a sea sponge, and then you can make your own decisions. First of all, let's get a nice little close-up look at that. Now this particular sea sponge I bought, they come in different sizes, and I bought a large one. And this is actually half of it. I cut it in half. It used to be like this big. Humongous thing. When I first got it and started playing around with it, I was kind of like, hey, how am I going to fit this into my, my procedure for cleaning windows? It seems such a bizarre little tool. But after a while, like other products like the, think about the scrim or synthetic chamois, you start to develop ways of using these interesting and powerful tools. In this particular case with the sea sponge, you can use it kind of like what I would say two different functions. You can use it as a drying function, a wiping up function. So in other words, you'd be using it relatively dry, nice wrung out, almost to the point that it's completely dry. And it's great for wiping up sills, wiping down wet frames, what have you. For those of you who like to pre-cut your windows, I do quite a bit of pre-cutting. What the pre-cutting is after you've scrubbed down your window with a washer sleeve, you would take the edge of your sponge and give yourself, wipe a nice little 1-inch width area down the sides and the top there. Give yourself a nice little dry edge for your squeegee. That way you got very little detailing, if at all, after you've squeegeed the window. So it's perfect for that. Like I said before, wiping up the windowsills, frames and whatnot. Now in comparison to using this with a regular synthetic sponge, the difference is like night and day. I remember I tried it once with a synthetic sponge to wipe up the sills, and it doesn't soak up fast enough, so you end up just pushing the water off the sill. And if you're inside the customer's home, the last thing you want to do is push water off the sill, because where's it going to go? It's going to go on the nice hardwood floor, right? So using something like the sea sponge is great. It soaks up the water very, very fast. Once this gets a little bit too wet, you can just go over to your bucket, wring it all out. One thing to note about that, if you're going to use this as a wipe up and a drying device, if you're a type of person that uses dish soap in your cleaning solution, one thing you're going to notice is when you wring it out, there's all kinds of suds that come out of there. It's a bit of a hassle. So, there's probably another good reason for you to think about using soaps like GG4, where you're not going to get all the suds. Like I said, you use it with dish soap, squeeze it out, you got suds everywhere all running down your fingers. It's a big mess. So maybe something to think about when you're choosing what you're going to put in your cleaning solution. Now, like I said, it has two kinds of functions to it. It has a drying function, which I just talked about, and it also has a great function for cleaning. Dip it into your cleaning solution there, or you spray it with your whatever kind of cleaning solution. You can do small French panes with it. You don't have to go switching out your, like myself, I like to carry a 14-inch scrubber when I'm doing residential. And, I get these little French panes. The last thing I want to do is just turn the scrubber on its side and do, scrubbing the windows like that is such a big waste of time. If you can get in there with your, a sea sponge like this and do a lot of window panes, a lot of these small window panes at once, perfect for that. You can use it to wash frames. Sometimes frames are just, getting wet and need to be dried off. Sometimes they're actually really dirty, and you want to, give that a good clean too. It makes a great impression on your client. So like I said, it's got two great functions. It works quite well. It might not be a tool for everybody. It's something that I've had to get used to using. As far as using this on the outside of a home or a commercial business, it's not my number one choice for the winter, because it gets wet after a while. You want to wring it out, and the last thing I like to do in the winter time is hold anything that's wet. Even though I'm wearing my waterproof gloves, my winter waterproof gloves, I don't want to be wringing out sea sponges and having water dripping all down my gloves. Your hands will still get cold. So I use different methods for drying on the exteriors for the wintertime. But by all means, in the spring, summer, fall, great wipe-up tool for the exteriors, and always year-round a great wipe-up tool for your interiors. You also use it to get into very tight spots like sliding tracks and get right into the corners, because it's very form-fitting, and you don't have to, like I said, I took a large one and I cut it in half. I might even cut this down a little bit more because it still seems to be just a little bit too big for me. So you're going to have to play around with it, and but all in all, it's got many uses, and I'd say, at least give it a shot once. If you've never picked up a sea sponge for your window cleaning tools, try it once, play around with the different ideas that I presented here, and anyway, you can be the judge yourself. You can get sea sponges in various sizes up at windowcleaningresource.com. Alright, go up there and check them out. Bye for now.